Hello, my name is Felix. I'm from Lower Bavaria, Germany, and as you probably know, or maybe not, but anyway, I'm a big fan of the Eurovision Song Contest. I'm thrilled to be part of this year's Eurovision conference in Liverpool, where I'm going to talk about the topic of my master thesis, which is the national self-representation of the post-Yugoslav space in the Eurovision Song Contest. I already had the chance to visit last year's conference in Turin, and I'm really looking forward towards seeing all of you again. I'm taking this video as an opportunity to introduce myself to you, of course, to talk about my academic path, but also to talk about my journey with the Eurovision Song Contest. Let's start with that. I like to think the Eurovision Song Contest as a journey. Of course, there's a journey every season from the first pre-selections and announcements in December to the great final week in May. But Eurovision has also been part of my personal life story, and I guess quite an influential one. I don't really know when I first started watching the Eurovision Song Contest, as it has always been a family tradition. But as I'm German, of course, the years 2010 and 11, when Germany won and hosted the Eurovision Song Contest, must have been quite influential. And when I started studying Slavonic Studies in 2016 at Leipzig University, not only my own Slavic heritage, but also my connection to the Eurovision Song Contest must have been quite some arguments for this decision. It would still take quite some time until I would see the Eurovision Song Contest for the first time live in person. This happened last year in Turin when a friend suggested me to apply as a volunteer. I did so without having a lot of expectations, but in the end, I received the email that I would be heading to Turin, and there's too many stories, I guess, to tell for this video, but it was a breathtaking experience, and that's also the way how I got to know Irving, who invited me to last year's Eurovision's conference, and I'm happy to be back again. Let's continue with my academic journey. So, as I've already mentioned, I started studying Slavonic Studies at Leipzig University in 2016 with a special focus on the Czech language. I also spent 2 semesters at Charles University Prague as part of my studies, and I worked for some political institutions inside of Prague, like the German embassy. I speak Czech on a C1 level, and I have basically lived the last years either in Germany or the Czech Republic, so I regard the Czech Republic as my second home country, and you will probably see me in Liverpool running around with some Czech flags. Currently, I'm about to finish my master's degree in European Studies, also at Leipzig University, where I put a heavy emphasis on the region of Central Eastern Europe. And that also brings us to the topic I'm going to talk to you at the Eurovision conference. It's the national self-representation of the post-Yugoslav space in the Eurovision Song Contest, a topic which I also chose for my master's thesis. So now the elephant in the room might be the question, why actually the Balkans? So I've been watching national pre-selections to the Eurovision Song Contest since 2016, and everybody who does that will have some favorites, I suppose, where you will come back for more next year. And in my case, among my favorites have always been ones like Dora from Croatia and Pesma sa Euroviziju from Serbia, which sparked my interest for this language area. And I've been studying Croatian to a B2 level. And of course, I'm still working on it to get to C1, of course. Most post-Yugoslav countries started participating in the Eurovision Song Contest back in the 90s, but of course they all share a much longer legacy in the Eurovision Song Contest, as Yugoslavia first participated in 1961 in Cannes. So now it's time for me to thank you for the attention and your interest in my research. I wish you all safe travels to Liverpool and see you at the Eurovision's conference. Bye!